Green mat catch gold. I think it does. Got the cube all leveled up, ready to go. I'm actually going to give you guys a sneak peek of the micro mat. I put it on the top tray here. It has like an indicator, and there's actually a little bit of gold left in this tailings from my last test, because nothing catches at all. And we're going to do a gemstone run because we want to see how the mini mat does catching gemstones in the cube. And I got some garnet that is all polished up. And we'll put some of it in here, some in here. And I got some zircon, which is basically chunks of imitation diamond. So it's really heavy, like diamond is. So zircon is also used for dating, and it's colorful, pretty, all different colors, on dinosaur bones. They use it to age against, because they know how old it is, to when they mine it, to basically see how old the dinosaur bones are. So we're going to mix all this up. I'm going to mix it up really good. Have to turn off the camera. Trying to get the bottom flipped over on these buckets so they're not so full. And we'll scoop this through here. Hopefully we'll see some. And this will be a good test for the mini mat, the micro mat, because this micro mat actually should be run at like about 50 mesh, but this is 1/8 inch green. So we're going to see how well this mat holds up running large material that we probably shouldn't run over it. And it'll just be fun. And so let's get this guy started and have fun. Here we go. Running micro mat for the first time on camera with too big of material. I've actually done some tests already with the micro mat, of course. With the screen material, it's just that those tests are out to the testers, those videos, and we are just kind of as an example, and we are basically out there testing the mat to basically see what we got going on. Look at that garnet hung up in there already. Alright, so we got about 1100 GPM going over this, so cube speed. You know, I think I don't know if I want to turn it up. I won't turn it up because of the micro mat, to help this with recovery because of the finer flow. I like how the little fluid lines jet off of there. What that means, all those little independent lines, is that the fluid is engaging the cells and coming off and forming a profile, that daisy chain. And so anyways, we'll see how this works. My guess it'll get clogged up with the bigger stuff, but we'll see. We'll see what kind of gold it catches and have some fun and see what we do for gemstone catching. Actually, I'm going to turn it up just a little bit. Too much. Right there's about 1200. So, alright, here we go. Okay, we're going to get some of this action on here for fun. Just so people can watch it. Get their own opinions on what's going on. I think that this mat would be a great indicator mat if you were out doing beach sands, fine gold recovery, where you were screening and bringing to the mat basically some really fine stuff for cons especially. Oh my gosh, because this mat produces a lot less cons, as you can tell, than a mini mat, and has actually, we're going to say, you know, by testing will confirm better recovery actually than a mini mat. So you're looking at less cons, more recovery. But that's in very fine classified like beach sand environment. So the jury is still out all the way around. So we're going to run this whole 2 buckets over this thing and look at it. Let's see what we got to say. The first bucket, got a little piece of zircon up there, got a rock kind of hanging out there, it just needs to blow off. Okay, let's look for clogged cells. Cells with rocks in them. Yeah, it's got kind of a rock in it. These two do. The theory is, just like the regular dream mat, sits there and spins out the big stuff that's lighter and purges out and fills with black sands, is basically the theory they use in this process. So really, in a lot of ways, this should be self-cleaning. And as you can see, as I'm talking, I've counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cells with rocks in them compared to how many cells do you see in this total configuration? I think that's pretty good. It does a pretty good job for that's a 1/4 inch screen. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the next bucket through there and we shall see. Got cut off there for some reason. Anyways, once the jet washes all come together, they form a bunch of chaos and a cloud, a mist, and it gets bigger and bigger. It doesn't get tighter and tighter. The jet wash creates what, you know, basically a mist that is got stuff going all over the place, chaos. In this pattern, it stays tight all the way down, so you're getting what we call constant process, constant results. And when you have chaos through your box, you get chaotic results. So there it is, after the second run. Now how can those little cells hold more gold and less cons than these mats below? Well, in testing it did, so we'll see how it does in this. And then we'll also look at the gems. So we'll dump this out into a cleanup tray, we'll look at the gold that it caught, and then we'll look at the tray below. Which actually we can do right now. So now, if you were a Gemstone fan, and you liked gemstones, and you had a cube, what say you? I would say I'd be getting a mini mat. Going after them gemstones. 1/4 inch screen, bigger than actually 1/4 inch screen. Look at all those gemstones. And are we going to see less gemstones on the tray below it? You know? Considerably less. We got a pile of gemstones. But anyhow, we got garnets. We got zircon. I'm thinking if I had a gold cube, I would have that for black sands indicator, and I'd be running this underneath. And I also, this is a pretty nice piece of, ooh, look at that piece of quartz. Come on, focus, camera. You gotta love me, camera. We'll put it right there. That thing is like half pyrite. That's the pyrite side, quartz side, dark pyrite. You guys probably can't see it, but I can. I hate my camera. It's so terrible. Anyhow, so man, does Dream Mat catch gemstones? Tell you what, man, that is just rocks. Man, I would be set up with mini mats and just be scooping that stuff in, because you're gonna catch the gold, and you're gonna catch the gemstones. And with this, you ain't gonna need the nugget zone. I think that's what it's called. That thing that you put on the end behind the high banker, because, you know, this is gonna catch any nugget that rolls through it. Well, we saw the big gold that it caught in the other test. You know, so basically you're going to do pretty good. So here's a system that kind of does it all. Fine gold, ultra fine gold, nuggets, gemstones, pretty cool. It's a great aftermarket product that complements this system that was designed. Fun stuff. Second tray, zoom in just to see the difference in gemstone. A lot less gemstones compared to the top tray, which is just loaded. I mean, it's just lit up. Let's see what the bottom tray says. Bottom tray has even less. So that means we're doing a good job. And what's going to be cool is when we run it again and see how much gemstones we lost. That's what we want to see. If it does a really good job catching a high percentage of gemstones, that'd be a cool system. And here's the gold from the micro mat. Really fine stuff up there. Try and get the glare off. Maybe I turn the light off. Most of the bigger stuff down in the water was from up in the nugget trap area where I rinsed out the tray where I was shoveling and it was going up in there. But there's basically the concentrates from the, see the gold floating from the micro mat. Cool. Cool beans. Cleans out instantly. Dream mat is so nice. No scrubbing. No no bubbles trapped in it. Compared to Vortex matting, I actually swish it more than most people do just because I like to get that fine gold out of the cracks. The Dream mat tends to hold down to that fine gold. There it is. Clean as a whistle. You know, it's always clean. You can tell it's clean and never have to wonder in those dark little holes if there's gold or material hanging up. Well, here's the cons to the micro mat in the pan. And minus a couple chunky pieces that I took off with the screen that were kind of wedged in between the mat and the side, and I had scooped a bunch of chunky crap up when I was feeding it up into the nugget trap of my homemade slick plate on the cube. And you can see the gold's already floating. So there's the cons. We'll go ahead and jump around the table here. I set it up on the tailgate because it's too hot in the shed. I don't got AC in the shed. And we're going to go ahead and run this over there and see what we got for gold out of that run. I can get the glare off. You can kind of see the gold that's coming out of the micro mat. Some pretty fine stuff. Oh, touched my finger in it. Okay, let's do a little bit of sweeping and get it into a pile. Half the gold the micro mat pulled out of that run off the top plate. Alright, here's the gemstones that we pulled off of it. You can see all the garnets, the rounder polished ones, and then the zircon. So basically, these are the gemstones that came out of the, or material that's weight like gemstones. Of course, the zircon is way heavier than the garnet, like a diamond. And the garnets, they're polished. I bought them that way so I'd be able to pick them out of the material. Got a pile of gemstones in that first mini mat. So if you're a gemstone guy and you want to catch a bunch of gemstones, cool beans. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this over the miller table to see if any gold, how much gold came out behind the micro mat. There's the gold that we got out of the first mini mat tray. So, in comparison to the micro mat above, the micro mat caught a little bit more. I wouldn't say twice as much. I wouldn't say 1.5 times as much, but more. But it did it with a fraction of the cons. So it caught more gold. We're not going to say how much because we didn't measure it. With about 2 tablespoons of cons compared to the same amount of gold with about anywhere from 40 to 60 tablespoons of cons. Not quite. 40. Yeah, about 40 would be a max teaspoons of cons. All right, so it's doing a better job collecting gold with less cons, and that was the whole goal behind the mat. Here's the cons from the secondary mat, or the mini mat tray. And we can see we got less gemstones, but we still got quite a few. A lot of garnets, the shiny ones. So we're still catching gemstones, but less, which is good. So that means we're doing a good job on the first tray, catching stones. And we're gonna run those cons over the Miller table and see how we did there for gold. All right, there we are again. Less gold, still a lot of pyrite in there. Got the table turned down to its lowest setting, but there's still a lot of pyrite dust in there. But it's heavy, so it kind of hangs up and eventually drifts off. You can tell the difference between the gold and the pyrite because the gold just sticks. So anyhow, trying to get the focus. Second tray, dream mat. Here's the third tray. I have to record it again. I thought I recorded it on my video and it wasn't there. So as we can see, here's the amount of garnets and gemstones it caught on the third tray, which was a lot less than actually volume of material, even not just some gemstones, but how much material was being held. The rest of it was the finer stuff that screened through. So anyways, so there's the mini mat's gemstone catching ability, and of course we loaded it up with a lot of gemstones. It'll be interesting to see when we run it again how many more gemstones we pull out of it and how much of them got away. Well, here we go, third tray. There's the gold. The pyrite's still flaking off. This is what we call our third tray. Cool beans doing that test. So that's a lot of the gold that would get by the system when we were, what we seen go through here were the tailings that we ran on the test with all the other ones, So the gold was taken out on the last test when we did Devon, and this is the gold that was left over. Yeah.